so happy that you are joining. If you have a strap and a block, grab them today, or anything that might work, especially like a strap. We're going to do the leg stretches. And if you don't have one, we can always interlace the hands together behind the thighs. So coming down to our backs to begin with, let's bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart or the chest. And just start to inhale and exhale in and out of the nose. Slow, smooth breaths. Right where you're at. Breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Paying attention to the rise and fall of the belly. Slow, smooth breaths. Using this time to create presence, become present in your body and your mind in this moment. Into the legs are bent, begin to straighten out the legs, reach the hands and arms above the head. Find that tall stretch. Take a moment, press the lower back down towards the floor. Bring the knees up in towards the chest. Start to rock a little bit, just from side to side. Massage the lower back and the back of the body. Maybe create some circles with the knees, a couple times in one direction, a couple times in the other direction. Chin to chest or forehead between knees, and start rocking and rolling. Bring yourself up and rock yourself back. And we come up to our comfortable cross-legged seated position. We've got to get our neck stretches in, so sit up nice and tall, roll the shoulders back, extend through the back of the neck as you inhale, and exhale, bring the chin down towards the chest. Finding a couple of breaths here, really lengthening through the back of the neck. Again, you might feel this between the shoulder blades. Roll the right ear over to the right shoulder. Go ahead and extend down through the left fingertips. Release the hand, bring the chin back down. Roll the left ear over to the left shoulder. Extend down through the right fingertips. We're just continuing to find the breath here and to stay present. Release the hand and start to rock and roll the head from side to side. You kind of know the spiel here. If you get to a point where you need to take a little bit longer stretch for the neck, you stay there. You can even feel free to do some self-massage, even if it's just a little bit of compression with these 3 middle fingers on a space as you're stretching it. And you can make some gentle circles there. You can do anything. Anything that feels right to you. And maybe 1 or 2 more neck rolls from side to side. Find the collarbones with the fingertips. Inhale, reach the chin forward, up and away. Get a little stretch to the front of the neck and the throat. And release. Hands palm down on the legs, and we start to move through those shoulder circles, those shoulder rolls. Good. And switch directions on those shoulder rolls. I'm like getting all ahead of myself. I'm like, oh, we're starting the torso circles already. Let's start the torso circles. Moving those torsos. Of course, each of us only has one. And you know, the same with the neck rolls. If you're doing the torso circle and you find a spot that's particularly like, oh, maybe I want to stay there, feel free to stay there. There's no rules in what is right or wrong as long as it feels good. And switch directions on those torso circles. Good. Now we bring that right forearm out to the side. Let that left sit bone sink down. Pause here a moment, and you can actually take that left hand to the left thigh and kind of press it away a little bit. Now sweep that left arm up and over. Find that side stretch. Press the rib cage up towards the ceiling as you breathe. Reach up with that top arm, hug the lower core in as you lift up. Excellent. And we're going to bring that left forearm out to the side. And this time again, take that right hand to the right thigh and just roll that thigh away as that right sit bone draws down towards the floor. Sweep that right arm back up and over, pressing the rib cage up towards the ceiling as you breathe. Reach with that top arm, exhale, hug the core in as you lift yourself up. Good. We're going to make our way forward onto our hands and knees. Keep those fingers spread wide and the knees underneath the hips. Round down through that L shape between the first finger and thumb in each hand. Inhale, let the belly sink down. You can wag the tail. Exhale, round through the spine, chin to chest, press the floor away. And just moving through, inhale, let the belly sink, let the head lift. Exhale, round through the spine, chin to chest, press the floor away. Inhaling and exhaling, really hugging that lower belly in and up. Just moving with the breath here, inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale and exhale. Find those smooth movements. Ripple through the spine as you move one vertebra at a time. We move to that traditional tabletop position and take a moment and make sure that the knees are under the hips and the heels of the hands are under the shoulders. I see a lot of people that have a super short stance. So just pay attention, especially if you're feeling any extra pressure in the wrists. Inhale, bring the right hand forward. Exhale, lift that left leg up behind you. Finding some breaths here as you breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Really hug the lower belly in as you reach the tailbone away to keep the core engaged. Go ahead and bend that back knee, reach back, try to find the ankle. Now, sometimes the foot and the ankle are going to be there and sometimes they're not. Roll the right shoulder back. Lift the knee up, maybe the foot lifts too as you breathe. Release and extend lower hand and lower knee. Inhale here, bring the left hand forward. Exhale, lift the right leg up behind you. Find a nice long line here as you inhale and exhale. Bend that back knee, reach behind you, try to find that ankle. Flex the toes away, lift the knee up, maybe the foot lifts too. Roll that left shoulder back. Release and extend lower hand and lower knee. Let's press back to a child's pose for a moment. Spending about 3 to 5 breaths here. Just with that slow, smooth breath. Reach the arms forward, bringing yourself up. We're going to come to stand on those knees. Hands on the hips, step the right foot forward to a low lunge. We're going to be here for about 5 or 6 breaths. Try to feel a stretch on the front of the left hip and thigh. You don't feel a stretch there. You need to bring the hips forward. So a lot of people stay back. Really let those hips sink forward. You bring the hand down if you need to. This has been feeling a little bit better for me lately. Now send the hips back, lengthening that front leg, lift the toes up. Spread those toes out, breathing here. We're going to get into the hamstrings today, but this is always a nice kind of pre-pose for the position. Point those toes, bend the knee forward and step back into your lunging or your kneeling position, preparing for the low lunge on the other side. Bringing the left foot forward. Let those hips sink forward and down. Again, if you want to bring the hand down, if it feels better, do that. This is all about waking your body up, stretching areas so that when you move throughout the day, you don't have as much stiffness and irritation. Sometimes it takes a couple days or a couple weeks or a month and a half. And know that it's okay. It's better to get there slowly than to not get there at all. Now send the hips back, lift those toes up as you straighten the front leg, and you're bowing down here. Finding your slow, smooth breaths as you breathe. Breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Point through those toes, bend the knee, and stepping back. Good, that's essentially our warm-up sequence. So now we're gonna bring ourselves onto our backs, finding the little strap or a tea towel or anything like that can work. So I'm gonna go with knees bent, feet flat, hands palm down beside you. Inhale, lengthen the right leg along the floor. Lift the leg up, open it out to the side, and create that quarter circle back to center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Create that quarter circle. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Good. Back to center. Inhale, up. Exhale, open. Exhale, back to center. One more. Inhale, up. Exhale, open. Back to center. Find the strap along the instep of the foot. Reach through the heel. Pull back with the toes as you breathe. Inhaling and exhaling here. Slow, smooth breaths. Reach through the heel, pull back with the toes. Inhaling and exhaling here. Try to create the straightest leg that you can. Good, spread those toes out. Pull the toes back towards the face. Now that's really going to fire up the calf muscle. Taking a breath here. Open that right leg out to the side. Now you want it to be lifted high enough towards the torso so that you're not resting the leg on the floor. You're just reaching through the heel as you pull back with the toes and breathe. Inhale, come back to center. Take the strap into the left hand. Try to leave the back of the right hip on the floor as you cross the leg over to the left. Good, as you breathe here. Inhale, come back to center. We're going to spend 5 more breaths here. Maybe you lift your head, neck, and shoulders up off the floor and you get a little bit deeper stretch. And releasing, hugging that left leg in towards the body. And now we're going to release the leg down. Take a moment and extend both legs along the mat And just notice the difference from side to side. There is bound to be a difference here. Now bending the knees, planting the feet, extending that left leg. I have to move my water so I don't knock it over. I'm going to knock over a water bottle instead. It's a morning. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Exhale, open to the side and circle it around. Inhale, up. Exhale, open and circle around. Inhale, up. Exhale, open and circle around. Good. 2 more. Inhale, up. Exhale, open. Circle around. Inhale, up. Exhale, open and circle around. Lifting the leg up, taking the strap along the instep. Reach through the heel, pull back with the toes. Spread those toes out nice and wide. Finding some slow, smooth breaths here. Reaching through the heel, pulling the toes back towards the face, creating the straightest, longest leg that you can. And grabbing the strap in the left hand, opening the leg out to the side as you breathe. Inhaling and exhaling here. Keep reaching through that heel and pulling back with the toes. Again, keeping the leg up high enough so that the leg is not resting on the floor. Inhale, come back up to center. Take the strap in the right hand. Again, trying to press the back of that left hip down. Cross the leg over to the right side of the body. See, for me on this side, I can feel it a lot more. Through the side of the leg, it connects down to the sit bone. Just breathing here. And come back to center. Hug the leg in towards the body and release both legs. Just feeling the difference in the sensations from side to side. Now bend the knees and plant the feet with the hands palm down beside you. We're going to lift up into a 5-breath bridge pose. So lift those hips up. Walk your shoulders towards each other underneath the body. Interlace the hands together underneath you if it feels good. But pressing those hips up as you breathe. Come to your tiptoes and lower down nice and gentle. Hug the legs in towards the body. Taking an inhale here. Open the arms into a T. Let the legs roll over to the right. Let that left shoulder sink down towards the floor, and we're creating space diagonally through the body. And we're breathing. And as you come back up, inhaling, exhale, roll the legs over to the left, release the right shoulder down to the floor. Finding that slow, smooth breath. Slowly coming back to center. Excellent. And it's already time for our moment of stillness. So making your way up to your seated position, rolling those shoulders back, sitting nice and tall. Breathing here for a couple of moments. Emphasizing stillness and presence and space. Knowing that we all have different challenges every morning and every day. But making ourselves a priority is one of the most important things that we can do. Today's affirmation is, I choose to stop playing life on hard mode. There's no need to make things harder than they need to be. Life is meant to be fun, enjoyable, and sometimes challenging, like a good game. It might be hard at times, but ultimately I'll have a good time participating. I choose to stop playing life on hard mode. Breathing here for a couple of moments, really embodying that idea that things can be easier. We can choose not to make things harder. Gently bringing your hands to heart center. Bow your head as you gaze into your heart. Take a moment here and recognize and honor all of the wonderful qualities that you embody. Knowing that you also have the opportunity to recognize and honor these qualities in the people that surround you, we do this by saying, Namaste. Namaste, everybody. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I'm always happy when you come to class.